Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Struggling Hunters. Tonight, we got another exciting podcast coming your way through the airwaves. uh, I don't know if it's going to be exciting, but we're going to sure try to make it exciting. I'll kick it off with my topic of business tonight is uh, some turkey hunting. I went out turkey hunting this weekend and nothing to really brag about, but it was fun getting out. Uh, I had I had an intern cameraman, uh, aka my son, and he was filming the hunt. We pretty much just took the rifle for or the shotgun rather for a walk, but I guess the shotgun needed to stretch its legs too, and that's pretty much the whole thing with my turkey hunt. Uh, I'm hoping that here in the next, I'm hoping by the end of the season I get one, but I'm kind of down on myself a little bit just because I haven't been able to get into them. And what's really heartbreaking is, I mean, with me working out in the woods, and the problem is I work way up in the hills, a couple hours away, and I see turkeys and elk and all this stuff. Like, but whenever I'm, just trying to go out for a few hours on the weekend, our weekends are stacked. My son's in sports, so I'm trying to juggle all this stuff, with all the kids and my son being in sports and everything. Like, I'm juggling, like little time slots on getting out hunting, and so it's just a juggle. I mean, we'll do the thing and do the best we can, uh but yeah, I don't have that opportunity to travel up where I work, where I kind of know where these animals are. I i literally have seen turkey. Oh, and then the other thing too is it's kind of a lot of the places where I've seen these, there's private property, and um, basically private property that I have to kind of coordinate around to figure it out. So it's not the most ideal spots where I see these turkeys. So that's kind of why I don't go there. So if you're wondering, well, why don't you just go where you see these turkeys at? That's kind of why, is because of the private property and the fact that it's so far away. Uh, I don't always have time to get there. So I'm trying to find new spots that's basically closer to the house. That's the game plan. And that's what I've been doing for, well, the last couple weekends, I guess. Haven't had much luck. Sunday, I had to go out by myself, so it was complete DIY, film myself, trying to make content out of it. Uh, there's only so much content you can make with staring around and telling the camera how much you're staring at the hillsides, making a few calls, seeing what you can come up with. But it's kind of hard to make some content whenever you're not getting into much action. But that's part of the series that me and Joe are trying to create, is a little turkey hunt vlog. And so I'll try to get that edited up at some time and get that out on the channel, and hopefully that'll be exciting to view and watch. And hopefully by the end of it, me and Joe both are successful in our vlogs. I believe, Joe, you're gonna try to do the same, right? Try to do a little bit of
Yeah,
filming.
yeah. I'll try to do a little bit of filming and hope discuss what I'm doing and why, and hopefully I'll try to set down my goal. Like for my turkey hunt, I don't start till next month. So what are we in April, and then my hunt starts in May. I just got a general season turkey tag, but I'm gonna sit down here the next couple days and try to write down some keys to success. Kind of what I'm going to be looking for as far as area, what to look for within that area, and you know, and come up with a game plan that way, and try practice my some kind of shot call. And I think as part of that prep too, is I'm trying to gear myself up to making sure I'm probably gonna at least one of the Saturdays. I want to get up pretty early, be out there before sunrise, and do some shot calling, or just seeing if I can hear them gobble before the sun comes up a good chunk of time. And but anyways, that's what I'm kind of gearing myself up for as a turkey hunt comes along.
Yeah, speaking of that, that's one thing I've been missing out on the last couple weekends is uh haven't been able to get out before first light. So it's probably been hampering my turkey hunt because of that. But regardless, man, I'm just kind of, I mean, I'm a little bit like bummed out because it hasn't been working out for me, but I'm trying to have positive vibes and working toward just finding that success and going from there. So we'll see what the year ends, but we got to have some success this year. And I'm really getting a little, I'm getting antsy for a little bit of success. And matter of fact, I mean, I gotta do edits and stuff, so I don't know if it'll be in there, but I kind of explained uh that exact thing with getting some success and having my son with me. I want him to experience that whole deal. He's always excited to go hunting, but we, we haven't had a lot of success together. And I'm like, I kind of explained this in the vlog. I wanna definitely have him there with me, because on this last Sunday he wasn't there with me, so I was just kind of talking to the camera by myself, and which and or anyway, so I just want to want to kind of have him there to experience that with me, and so hopefully that works out. If one of these weekends I go out without him and I see one, I'm obviously not gonna not get one, but I definitely want him to be there and experience that and kind of get the feel of that. And yeah, that's pretty much, I guess that's kind of it for my turkey hunt, or for what I have for really, yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought I was going to go somewhere great there, but I just kind of lost it. So, uh, Joe, you want to talk about your most recent purchase?
Yeah. So I picked up a tent, and it's not like one of the big canvas tents. It's your typical t- tent as far as the makeup of it, but the only difference is that it is able to connect to my Explorer, so I can open the hatch of the Explorer and then be able to crawl in there to use that as a bed, and
Uh-huh.
then kind of have the tent as like a bedroom, and have room to spread out and have gear and things out. But I guess mostly what it is like I said, like room for me and the wife and the dog to be able to get around. We've gone out camping. We kind of last year did it a couple times where we just throw in our bedroll in the back of the Explorer and sleep that way. And me and the wife do good, but with our little dog, he kind of doesn't. He's not overly too big, but he takes up a little bit of space, and he didn't quite have enough room for him to be too comfortable. So I guess we kind of got the tent too, so that for a couple reasons. Is one is a little bit more room to spread out. Two, uh to be able to have like, a covered area besides just the Explorer to, if it is bad weather, or basically a room to change in or whatever too. But yeah, so we're kind of excited about that. It's what we got was it's called right line gear, and it sleeps up to 6, and then you can use kind of any hatchback vehicle to attach it to. It doesn't have to be an Explorer, just as long as you have a hatchback.
Oh, okay.
You can.
And it has a full floor in it and everything, or
Yeah, that was a floor and a rain fly and zippers for the doors and stuff. So there was another one we were looking at getting that it had, like an awning off of it, and it had, I think it had a main room and then another room that was covered. So it was kind of like a 2-room tent plus the attachment to the car. But that one was quite cumbersome. It looked like to set up, like you set up the frame and then attached like the rain fly to the frame, and then you went under that and attached the tent to the inside of the frame. It was kind of a weird ordeal. So we went with this one. It's a little bit smaller, but it's big enough for what we want to do. We're excited to use it. I think it'll be fun.
yeah, good, good. Sounds like it'd be fun to kind of have that extra room and be able to, like you said, just kind of move around a little bit.
Right. Well, that's like, the one thing, our dog is, our kid. And as we're getting into our older years in life, we've found that we like to have the air mattress, the queen air mattress, double stacked air mattress to sleep on. But with the dog, we're a little nervous, to have him running around, and then you get a queen air mattress inside the tent and it kind of takes up the whole entire tent. So,
Yeah,
and then this way too, the other nice thing is you're up off the ground, like you don't really have to make sure you have the ground cleared of all the rocks, scared you're going to sleep on a rock all night. You just kind of find a fairly level spot, pull over and put the tent up, and then just long as your vehicle is somewhat level, you got a good spot to sleep for the night.
right. Yeah, it makes sense. Now you just got to get a side by side or 4-wheeler so you can take off,
Yeah.
not have to use your truck to take off everywhere.
Yeah. And I guess it does have it does zip up. So if I wanted to, I could pull the Explorer away from it, and it has like a little door that zips up and around and close it all off.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
So
kind of nice.
it can stand alone.
Okay.
So I can use it like as a tent itself.
Hey, just back right up to it and hook it back up and
Right.
unhook it. Perfect. Then we could still use your Explorer to go back and forth to places.
Right. But yeah, so that's a fun little addition that we'll be using.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, so do we. That's we've been kind of looking at them. I guess not too long. We were kind of thinking about doing like one of those Cartop tents, that like fold out, and someday maybe we'll do that. I'm not sure. I like that idea, an awful lot, is because it seems pretty simple, and they seem like if you get the right one, they're fairly well made. And then, I thought one thing I liked about it is that at least those ones is that sold me on it, is that you're up off the ground. And then 2, you just find a spot to park your truck and you just fold out the tent and you go to bed. Like you can leave your bedroll and stuff all up in it and then fold it up. so you don't have to, throw everything up in there and when you put it away and throw everything out when you, I said that backwards. Throw it all out when you put it away, and then, when you open it up, you got to throw it all up back up in there. You just leave it in there, and it takes like 10 seconds to put it up, and then you're ready for bed.
Right, right. You made me think of something. There's a tent that let's see. I just can't remember. I can't remember their. You made me think of something. So there's this like trailer unit where you can.
The jumping jack.
Yeah, have we talked about it before? I
I
think
don't
you're
know that we
right.
have, but I've seen those over the years.
Yeah, it kind of looks a lot like my canvas tent, but it's just on a trailer.
Right.
Yeah, I really want one. Well, especially if I ever get a side by side or four wheeler, haul that. But I think you can haul. I don't know. It just seems like a pretty nice. I mean, I don't know if it really matters if you're off the ground in that thing, but it just seems like it'd be pretty nice and convenient. Pull that trailer wherever you want and set it up, and you don't have to pound steaks or.
Right. You don't have to
But
find a non-rocky spot, just wherever you can park it.
exactly. But I don't know what it looks like in the future, but I know for me, one thing that I really want to get. Well, okay, let me rephrase. I don't know when I'll will actually be able to utilize it, but one thing I really have wanted to get for a long time is kind of like a big old canvas tent, like a 20 by 20 or something, but mostly for like whenever we're all hunting together and we're hunting, we get a week off or whatever, or a little bit of time, not just for a weekend hunt, but a little bit of time. It'd be nice to have like a little place to hang out. Cause like my tent's pretty big, but it's big for sleeping, but it's not big for like hanging out.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it'd be nice to have like a little stove and just heat that thing up, cook dinner, hang out, get ready
Right.
for the next day.
Have a little bit of room to stretch out and not be in the wind or out in the cold. Be able
Exactly.
to prepare yourself a little bit easier.
Exactly. So I don't know. Someday in the future, I'll probably look into that. But this year for me, I mean, it's going to kind of change a lot because I'm going to, I've kind of dedicated myself to go for archery. So
Yeah,
it'll
that's
be
going to
kind of the
be.
warmer. Yeah, it's going to be the warmer part of the year. So I'll want to hang out outside probably.
That's like one of the things that, like, for me, is I've changed over to archery. Is that, like, you get back to camp, it's long days, because like you're up at daybreak and it don't get dark till like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and then you got to do dinner real quick and then go to bed. Hike back to your rig. At least for me. But the nice thing about it too is like you don't have to worry about a fire. Like you just hang around camp and go to bed. Like you don't have to start a fire to get warm, or while you're cooking or anything. You don't have to worry about making sure all your gear, unless it's rainy, but your gear's dried out.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, my experience was kind of with you this last year when I was with you on your archery hunt, and it was different. It was
Yeah.
definitely hunting from. Well, I mean, I've always kind of hunted from daylight or from morning till night, but yeah, that was long days, long days of hunting. It was kind of amazing, a lot of fun, a lot
Yeah.
of fun. Well, I just want to kind of talk about it real quick before we get out of here about the fight this last weekend, which by the time this comes out, it'll probably be 2 weekends or whatever. But the Jake Paul and Ben Askren fight. I know you didn't really watch it, Joe, but uh, man, I don't know. I know a lot of people have their opinions about it. You know, it's funny though. I mean, a lot of people watched it. I think they figured about 1.4 million people watched it, but a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's stupid." You know, it's like, well, there's 1.4 million people that still watched it, and I get it, man. Like, you know, here's this YouTuber guy, but uh, that's boxing, and I don't know, but he did a good job. I mean, he beat up Ben Askren in like around a minute. I can't remember the exact time, but it was like around a minute, and I don't, you know, those fights whenever they get a lot of hype around them like that, I, I'm a sucker, man. I'm just like, take my money, and I just want to watch them, you know. So it was still entertaining. It was actually kind of a bummer in a sense that I mean, it only lasted a minute, so it was kind of like I guess I got to watch a whole concert and a few other fights beforehand, which was kind of cool. Oh, I know you didn't watch, and oh man, I'm horrible with remembering names. I should have like took notes or something. There was a fight. This guy like totally, um, he just like he quit. He totally quit. He they he got punched and he tried to claim a low blower. He's acting like it was a low blow, and even in professional fights, whenever I've seen real low blows, like people have shooken it off, and this guy acted like they just blew off his leg. I mean, seriously, like he was totally playing it up. And then the worst part is the replay. They're watching it in replay, and they're like, he just skimmed past the side, like just barely touched him on the side, and he collapsed. So, man, I wish I remember his name, but totally, I mean, totally made him look bad. I mean, talk about the sissy of the year, man, because it was not a good look for him. He just totally gave up. He was just he got beat up, I guess, and he was just done. But um, and I mean that happens, but at least kind of make it look real, man. Like he I don't know. It was bad, but anyways, yeah, it was fun. Go
The
ahead.
that main fight though with you said what was his name?
Jake
Luke?
Paul and Ben Askren.
Yeah, Jake Paul and Ben Askin. Like was Ben so like I guess I'll be plays Mr. Stupid, but I'm not really playing Mr. Stupid too much because I really don't know. But was he been retired for a while? Do you know?
No, what happened was uh he hasn't I could be off on this, but I don't think he fought like a year, maybe a little, it might have been even closer to 2 years ago was his last fight, and he got knocked out big time by ah Masvidal, but I can't remember his first name. That's his last name. Anyways, he has a lot of clout around him in the UFC world. He's pretty makes a lot of noise, I guess. You know, the Masvidal, and he fought Ben Askren, like I said, like a year, maybe 2 years ago, and I think it's the fastest knockout in UFC history, or one of the fastest. He Masvidal pretty much need him. I mean, they said, let's fight, and Masvidal ran up and gave him a knee right to the head, and Ben Askren was out. And I mean, it was that fast of a fight. And so Ben Askren, I guess, the last couple fights with that one, and then with Jake Paul, he's pretty much got a glass jaw, easy to knock out. Uh, to give a little background on Askren, he is a tough guy. He's like an Olympic wrestler, and he's been in the MMA. He's been in some tough fights, and you know, it was. I mean, he's not a bad fighter, I guess, is what I'm saying, but he just hasn't had the most best luck in the last couple fights, and boxing is not his forte. He just you know, the offer came his way and he jumped on it, and I mean, you know, they made a buttload of money. Even though he got knocked out, he still made a bunch of money. And
I'd get knocked out for a bunch of money.
yeah, man, that's, you know, that's the hardest thing is these guys made millions of dollars. I mean, I don't know how much they were getting paid. Maybe it was only 1 million. I have no idea on that side of it, but I know that they were making a chunk of money. And that fight lasted 1 minute. I mean, I don't know. I wish I could go to work and be like, clocking out, been here a minute.
Right. Right.
It'd be kind of nice.
Go ahead and give me my whole pay, my whole
Yep.
day's pay.
Yep. Go in there, knock out the boss,
Right.
still get paid for it. That'd be nice. But
It would be.
but yeah, I mean, I guess my whole point to that, I didn't really have anything that I really wanted to, you know, anything special that I wanted to talk about with that fight, but it's just entertaining. And I kind of wanted to recap my thoughts on it. And I guess, you know, like I said earlier, it's still entertaining. I know some people are, you know, waste of time, waste of money. Oh, it's not real boxing, whatever. I mean, you know, everybody's got to hate, but at the same time, I'm just like, man, I can't help it. Take my money. I want to watch it. You know, seems like fun. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good times. Good times. I mean, oh, I did make a little bit of money. I mean, I didn't make. I paid more for the fight than I made on the bet, but I bet for Jake Paul to win and made a little money. I should have bet for a knockout because I think I would have made more money. But I was like, ah, man, you know, when Masvidal knocked out Askren, you know, that was just a fluke. It's you know, Jake, they're going to box and I'm sure Jake will outbox him. I mean, this was my thinking was I'm sure Jake will outbox him, but surely he's not going to get knocked out. And if he does, it's not going to be anytime soon. It'll probably be in the later rounds. And then it was a minute into the first round. So, but I still won some money. So that's all that matters.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited about it. But yeah, I think that's about all I have, Joe.
Cool. So I guess we'll just maybe just wrap it up. And I was kind of sitting there thinking and kind of pondering over everything we just discussed tonight about at least the hunting side of it. And you know, as one of the things is, you know, we have boxing isn't, you know, quite our platform, but it's kind of what we're both, you know, well, Eric more than me, I guess, you know, you get to see the two sides of us is quite blatantly in a way, but you know, that's who we are. It's as the struggling hunters. That's why what we're here. And that's what, you know, we're here to share. But, like I said earlier, you know, as we wrap this up, um, my turkey hunt's coming up and, you know, I'd like to be, like Eric was saying, like to be successful. And I think like I said, one of the things that, I'm going to do this year and be a little bit better at is, you know, try to get those keys to success and stick with them. And hopefully I can get some written down and share them with everybody and, you know, and show what I do and where I go, what Eric's doing too, through the vlog, both of us. And, you know, I'm ready to tweak whatever is needed to get some success. But, with that, you know, thanks for listening. Feel free to comment tell us maybe it was something that you do for success, uh, or something that we talk about that, you think that we need to tweak a little bit to be better at. But I guess with that, that's what I got for tonight. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk with you guys again.
Have a good one, guys.